It's lunchtime, and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from Studio A in the heart of Delray Gallery, Dawn and Freddy S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddy S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free at 888-565-1470 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddy S.
And somebody moved my microphone. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe. Welcome to all the friends in South Florida, LA, San Francisco. And I got to hold this up because everywhere I go, people ask me why I'm not in costume. And everywhere I go, Dawn is in costume. Everybody says, oh, look at Dawn. So I'm going to be the paparazzi.
Be my paparazzi
I'm
today.
going to be the camera guy. That's going to be my costume for today.
We actually have the real paparazzi in here today. We've got Steph with us, and she's making a documentary
I think
on you
it'll
and
be
me.
work better without the lens.
I was thinking the same thing. We're going to be documentified at FAU.
It's going to be what?
Documentified.
The hell is that?
It's a
And I'm the
Freddyism.
Puerto Rican.
And you're the Puerto Rican.
Is that a word?
I don't know. What's the word? She's making a documentary on us
I don't think that's
and
a
the
word.
Brooklyn Cafe show.
Somebody
Behind
wanna-
the scenes,
let me go and grab this so I don't
editing,
break it.
all of the above.
All of the above.
All of the above. Would
Well-
be in black and white or color? I don't even know.
I don't know, but my kids here,
They're always colorful.
they have all sorts of.
Well, we changed the set a little bit, and there's a lot of wires every
Wires.
which way, so we're rechanging the set. Yesterday, we had all the equipment out. We were down at the Foxworth Fountain, which was an incredible Halloween show, 50s style. So that was a lot of fun. You guys had fun? You ate? They all had a good time. They had a good time.
There's still. Look at it. What is going on here? There's stuff all over the place.
We got a lot of stuff going on. So we went 50 style, soda fountain, egg creams, ice cream. You know, people were commenting because we weren't eating the food. They were texting it, eat the food,
Yeah. First of all, how do they know I didn't eat the food?
because it was sitting there.
Yeah. Now this is all discombobulation because you know who's on the set today.
Hallie?
This always happens when Hallie
that what
is
happens?
around my life. Why is there a pen inside that holder? This is just a Hallie Elise.
I think not.
But
Curse.
happy Halloween, everybody. Come on down. Hallie Elise is with us for the next 2 hours. We're at 1440 North Federal Highway in Delray Beach. World-renowned Hallie Elise has a show on WNN when?
That's a good question.
That's a good
Freddie. When is
question.
it? No, it's as it stands. It's Monday nights at 7 p.m. But it may be changing soon, from what I understand from the
Yes,
station.
it is. It is going to be changing. So
And
we
I
just got to
wish
figure out where to
I had
where
an
to put her.
answer for everybody as to tell them when the new time slot is, but that's being negotiated.
That's
But I
being
tell you, our
negotiated.
crew was really excited you were coming. They were a little nervous and apprehensive that you were going to be here because, you know, there's that woo-woo fairy witchy thing. And then there's Hallie. And unless you know Hallie and what she does, I guess they got a little intimidated. So some of them are hiding.
Okay.
And they're a little quiet.
Where did you find my CBD?
I didn't. I took it out of the basket.
This is mine.
Oh, it okay.
This isn't mine, and this
He's
isn't
going to
mine.
get into an
How do you know that's yours?
Because it's almost half gone.
Oh, I found it in the basket.
Well, we don't sell half stuff.
I found it in the basket.
Sure
Don't-
you do.
And there you have it.
I'm going to tell you a story about Hallie Elise.
Uh-oh.
I met Hallie Elise, 5 years ago? 4 years ago?
I think it's about 5 going
About
on
5,
6.
right? And Hallie Elise and I had coffee at Starbucks. Remember that first time?
I do.
And Hallie Elise, I said to myself, yeah, right. You know, she's all that, a bag of chips. And okay, we'll see how good she really is. And Hallie actually told me something, which I shall not reveal, about my life. Remember that?
I do. And you were
she-
a little freaked out. You turned white. Your eyes got kind of big.
Really?
Your mouth opened.
Yes, yes. And I
I've never
said to
seen you
her,
like that, actually, Freddy.
Wow.
and she's going to play this up. But
It's true, though.
that was the moment that I said I had to do business with this lady, because there's nobody better in this business that I met than you. Because you personally, without saying anything negative, it wasn't a negative thing, but it was something that nobody knew about me. And she came forward and she shared that. And I sat there days and I said, "Do you want a cup of coffee?" I didn't know where to hide. I didn't know where to run, right? And ever since then,
You
we've
seem a
done.
little out of sorts.
So you gotta watch, and there have been times that my computer, I've gone to her office when we talk some business, and my computer goes on the fritz. So I say to her, "Can you like go upstairs or just leave?" Computer comes right back,
That
right?
used to happen. We've been on set and we've had some other, when we were at BZT, Sarah would come in and wave her hands and the lights would go out. The whole computer system would go down. You'd say, "Stop moving your hands. Just stop." Same thing.
That's why we have aluminum foil around.
Our rabbit ears over here, they keep us on air.
Keep your cameras at a safe distance, please. Because Hallie is in the house.
What else you got cooking? This Friday is Art Walk right here at the heart of Delray Gallery from 5 until 8 or 9 p.m. So come on down, meet the artists, take a look around. They're having an opera singer, so that'll be a lot of fun.
That's interesting. You know her name?
I do not. All I know
Anybody
is
know
we're
the
having
opera
an
singer's
singer.
name tonight?
I'll have
Friday?
Friday night. I'll have to look on the page and see what's going on.
Yep. And to be continued, because we're going to give you an update as to what we're doing on Friday. I'm going to Puerto Rico. I spoke to my father this morning. I'm going to go see him Friday morning. I will be in Humacao. God help us all. And you still don't know what you're going to be doing.
We'll see what happens.
See how that is.
Life is upside down at the moment, but
It is. It's
you
gonna be
just keep
tough to
rolling
do
and
it.
doing. Just
All
keep
right.
pushing forward,
There
right?
you go.
So let us now entertain the thought
Dum,
bringing
ta-dum,
the-
dum.
top mystic. Now, do you want, because Hallie, you haven't been on the set in a while, right?
Here?
Yeah.
Not
You did a
since
show of
last
your
year.
own. Yeah.
Last year, Halloween.
And a lot of people want to catch them up as to who you are and what you. I mean, you're in you're in the book as one of America's top 100 psychics, right?
Correct.
And why don't you give us a little rundown as to who you are, because I'm going to mess it up. So if you don't do it right,
Who you are and what you do.
And where I go and who I own. And no, I mean, who I have. I'm teasing. I am known as an empowerment psychic, and the reason for that is there are a lot of different people in the world that work psychically, but a lot of them work with mediumship, and that, I'm sorry to say, is the buzzword for the past 10 years. And it really, if you think about it, look out through history or look through history, you find that for a while, people are called spiritualists. And then for a while, they're called something else. There's always a title, and that title changes when it comes to that paranormal, extrasensory realm. For years and years, you heard ESP, which simply means extrasensory perception. And the word psychic, as well as extrasensory perception, is a general word that covers all of those other areas of expertise. I work intuitively. I work clairvoyantly. I work claircognitively. I guess the best way to share this is to say I see, feel, sense, hear, know, and taste. All of my senses are engaged.
well, that was simple.
Well, I think that makes it easier
It's
to
a whole sensory
understand.
approach.
Because a lot of people go, well, I don't understand, what is an empowerment psychic? Well, what do you do? When somebody comes to me, it's not just, is Johnny going to marry you, or is Sherry going to go out on the date, or are you going to be sick, or what have you. It's, okay, wait, you've been sick for a while. I picked this up. And the person go, well, yeah, I just got diagnosed with whatever that is. And the usual approach is, well, are you going to get better or not? I kind of take that a step further, which is what I'm picking up on, is if you want to expedite your wellness, you can do A, B, C, D, and E. And also, you need to take a look at what is that spiritual objective that you're not seeing, that obviously the universe is sending you a message about, and you need to get clear with so that you can make a difference. And what I find is this is not just relegated to wellness. And I do preface that, obviously, I'm not a physician. I do not have medical training. I feel things, and I let people know. But as an example, I had a woman who had come in, and before we sat down, I said, when you leave, you need to call the doctor. And she goes, what do you mean? I said, you need to go get your chest checked out. You need to go from here to here, top, front, back. You need to get everything checked. And she goes, okay, that's a really weird way to start a reading. I said, well, it's what came in, so this is what I'm sharing. We went along our merry way, and honestly, I forget. It comes out of my mouth and done. About a year and a half later, she comes in. She goes, before we sit down, I need to tell you something. I said, okay. She says, last time I was here, you told me this. And she repeated what I had said. I said, and? She said, well, the doctor said, had I not gone in when I did, then I wouldn't be here today. They found 3 masses.
Wow.
And 2 were in the back.
Was this the first time you met her?
She had been a client on and off for 3 years. But it was the first time anything like that came up for her. And that's the whole thing, I guess. A lot of times people think you walk into a psychic and they have a program. They're going to tell you this, 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 and this. It doesn't work that way for me. It's more a matter of what am I picking up in that moment? What is important for that person? But I always do a little prayer before I sit with someone, and I just ask, please guide me to give them the most helpful, loving information that will be of benefit to them. And that's it. And sometimes I go into weird places. I said to somebody one day, peanut butter, and it's my all-time favorite. I think I tell everybody about my peanut butter story. But I'm sitting with the lady, and from the moment she sat down, I heard in my head peanut butter. I'm thinking, peanut butter? That's just ridiculous. I am not going to say peanut butter to this woman. I mean, what a stupid thing. And I'm having an argument in my head as I'm getting other information. And the word peanut butter is getting louder and louder in my head, to the point where it seems as if somebody's screaming in my head, tell her peanut butter, and I'm seeing it in bright lights. Finally, at the end of the session, I said to her, I know this is going to be off the wall, but I have to share this because I'm not going to be able to sleep or function for the rest of the day. She goes, what? I said, peanut butter. She starts laughing so much, she practically falls off the chair. I said, obviously you know what that is. I don't have a clue, but I'm hearing peanut butter and that you need to have peanut butter. She goes, do you want to know what it is? I said, sure, tell me what it is. She says, well, you know, we have 3 kids. Yes. You know, we have very busy lives. Yes. Peanut butter is our code word for it's time to go to the bedroom. And they hadn't had peanut butter for a really long time.
That's hilarious.
It's pretty funny, right?
Everyone's got a story, the code word.
But the point is...
That's your all-time favorite, huh?
It's my favorite because it's something that's kind of off the wall.
Oh, I'm familiar, yeah.
You know, kind of like sitting with somebody and not really knowing them and just coming out with something that they don't expect. And it's not because I look for it, meaning I don't walk into a space and think, oh, I'm going to tell this person something. That's not how it works for me. I'm really good at turning it off or turning it on. If I need to access my abilities, I do. There is that rare occasion where something is just so pertinent and important that it comes through no matter what. I had a lady who called me. She was referred to me actually by another psychic. Her brother went missing. This was, I think, 2 years back, if I'm not mistaken. But she called and she says to me, the FBI is looking for my brother. He's been gone for 3 days. We're in Palm Beach, help. And again, I don't remember the stuff. I get phone calls afterwards and that's how I remember. But she told me that I said to her, they're looking in the wrong place. They're not even in the right county. They need to get Miami Beach. I think I shared that with you. That they need to get down to the beach and they need to do it now, because if they don't, you're going to lose him. And I said something about medicine that he was supposed to be on, and he didn't take the medicine, and he took money from work, not because he wanted to be a thief, but it was necessary for him to have money because he wasn't thinking rationally. He must be bipolar from the way it was feeling, whatever I said. And so the woman calls and she says, no, actually, I'm going to step back. After I spoke with her the following day, I had this sensation, for lack of a better way to explain it. And I knew that they had found him. I just knew. And I was going to pick up the phone to call her and say congratulations. I thought, you know what? No, they need to settle in and take care of him. I'll just leave it be. I'll call her the following morning. She called me the following morning to say that he was where I said. The FBI talked to the local police. The police went in. They found him with a gun at his head. They literally walked in at the right moment to save this man. And yes, in fact, he was bipolar. And yes, in fact, he hadn't taken his medicine. So there were all of these different things that ended up happening as a result of that.
Now, do you
but
get...
that's not normal. That's
but
not
do you get a lot of people who say, because every day people are missing, and do you get a lot of people that call, Hannah, can you help me find? Because it doesn't come like...
Once in a while. I used to get it all the time when I would do a tent over at the Renaissance Festival, because kids inevitably get lost when they're at the Renaissance Fair. It's like, Mommy, look, gone. And then the mother's freaking out because you've got 2,000 people at a fair and they don't know where the child is. There have been numerous times when I've been at the fair and said, you need to stop worrying, he's over here or she's over there, and they were found, thankfully. But that's not necessarily my area of expertise. I'm really good at connecting with people with what it is they need in that moment. And I think really that's why I use the word empowerment, because I'll pick up on something, and if I can't help them or direct them, I'm usually pretty good at being able to say, talk to so-and-so. For instance, we have Dr. Maya on the set, and on occasion I have somebody comes to me and I'll say, I really can't help you with this. Why don't you go next door, have a conversation? See, maybe Dr. Maya can help you figure this out. Because at times when I pick up something physically, it's not where you have to run for a medical scan, but it's something that can be adjusted with your energy. And Dr. Maya Sarkisian works with integrative medicine and energy and acupuncture. And there are areas that she can fill in that I can't. I mean, I can advise somebody that this is what they need to do, but I don't necessarily always know the techniques that
People
need to be
come to you
implemented.
and they, from what I've been told, they have to almost welcome you. So by them coming to you, they're allowing you to see and talk to them. You wouldn't walk around to these kids right here and say, you know what, you over there, this is what I see.
That's not me. I have friends that do that.
Do they?
Who walk up to somebody and go, you, blah, 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 blah. And the person is shell-shocked.
That's like the Long Island median.
Right.
She walks up to you in a department store.
That's her thing.
and
That's
she
not
says,
my thing.
your mother says hi. My mother's been there for 10 years. I know, she's standing right next to you, and yada, yada, yada. Okay, so you don't do that.
No, I mean, I have a girlfriend, and we've done shows together in big venues where we have a couple hundred people or more, and she'll go on and she'll say, hi, I'm so-and-so, and I do this, and I do that, and I do this, and I do that, and I tease her, and I tell her, I wish I could do that. It's not my thing.
You should tell her, well, let me tell you something.
No, because it's
What
it's
happens if two
uncomfortable for
mediums
me.
are in the same room, and each one of them are like going
I
at
guess
it?
they become a large, two mediums, same room. Sorry.
But I'm bummed. While we're here, give Hallie a call, 888-994-4995. Going to answer some questions if they call
Absolutely.
in? 888-994-4995.
But I still want to understand.
What is it that you want to understand?
Well, I want to understand. How do you feel your way? Like in here, you got all strangers. Nobody knows you.
Okay, I was
Like
gonna say
right
you've
now,
seen
she's
me-
going
you've
into this
seen
whole
me
thing.
at a gallery, but you haven't. Because
I've never seen you work.
That's because when you were supposed to attend, you
You
came
locked me
late,
out.
and my assistant locked you out. But the best way to articulate it is to say, I am directed towards somebody's field, to who they are, their essence, their energy. And I'm able to connect with them. So whether it's 10 people in a room or 100 people or more, I've actually dealt in a space of 500. I'm just directed. I don't know how else better to say that.
But how do you separate it? Like you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people in here, not 10
okay,
people.
You know how this will make sense? Everybody has a thumbprint, right?
Yeah.
And they say everybody's thumbprint is different. Everybody's essence of who they are is different.
Right, but do you
So
go?
that stands
let me
out.
look at your thumbprint. Hers is different from hers, so you're talking about her. I'm just trying to, because I've seen. First of all, I was supposed to go to this event, right? And she had a friend of hers, at the door, and me and Gio are running to get there, and we're banging the door, and the lady walked away.
She didn't hear you. The building
So you never
closed.
got in.
So we never got
So
in.
you've never seen Hallie at work.
In 5
Other
years.
than being on at the station.
Yes.
Do you do
And
readings at the station?
I do.
Yeah.
And what was it? Not last week. A couple weeks ago, he says to me, "Did you know there's people who called in?" And I looked at him. What do you mean? Did I know them? He goes, "Did you tell them to call in?" No. But how did you read for them? Because they called in. I mean, what sort of question is that?
Because I don't understand how you do it. My son calls in. He goes, when he
That's
was
funny.
working with me.
That's funny.
So he goes, can I call her? Because he had just had a bad breakup with his wife, the one who he married. So I says, go to the kitchen so she can't hear the echo and ask. So he got the nerve and he went, he calls Hallie.
He made up a name, though, didn't he?
He made up a name. My name is
Okay.
Arthur. And she says, well, Arthur, what's going to happen is yada, yada, yada. And you're going to meet somebody in January and you're going to marry them. I said, Hallie's flipped her lid. She's done. Freddie not only met her in January, they started dating again. He got married in January.
So I guess January is a lucky month. for him.
January's his month.
And the other day I was talking to him on the phone because I told him you're going to be on. I says, why don't you come down here? And he says, oh no, I know what you're going to do. Yeah, I'm going to do it. That didn't happen, That didn't happen. It did happen. I was there when it happened. And he still denies it, but you know it's true. You know that
Well, I
happened.
remember you telling me after he met this gal.
Yeah.
That's what I said, because I don't remember. It's kind of gone.
Is there such thing as lucky and unlucky months?
There's I'm going to say an energy to everything. There's a natural life rhythm to things. And that being said, in the same way that the moon has a gravitational pull at certain times, which affects people, our entire environment is that way. So when it's months, it's not specifically month, it's the month for that year or that season, depending on what's going on in the atmosphere. And see, I would love to say that it's as simple and concrete as, yes, there's a lucky month, because people say, oh, you're born in so-and-so, so your lucky month is. But the truth is, your age has a bearing on it. The time of the year has a bearing on it. What the ocean is doing, what the moon is doing, all of those things have a bearing, because within us is the microcosm of the universe. Everything that exists outside of us exists within. And there is that pull, that ebb and flow. And so if we're in alignment with that, whether we're aware of it or not, we are responsive. And this is why certain times you say, oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on. I'm so lucky. I found a $5 bill yesterday. And then my great aunt Edna, she left me $1 million in her will. Not that I wanted her to die, but it was really nice. I got $1 million in the will. And, you know, my dog had puppies and all of these things. And then 3 months later, they're going, I don't know what happened. My business died. What? Did I do something? Was somebody evil?
My aunt was reincarnated and I lost the money. She came back from the dead.
It all changed.
The point is, there is that energetic signature that is connected to everything. Einstein talked about that. Dr. Wayne Dyer, who's no longer here either, he talked about that. That everything has an essence that has its own signature, its own energy, its own way of calibrating. And whether we acknowledge it, see it, understand it, matters not, it's there. And so we can have that, let's say March, that's a great month that particular year, and then the next year you wonder
Might be
what
April.
happened.
It's all
Now,
changing.
let me ask you, before you, I need to go to commercial. She's going to go to commercial, so you may get cue something up. So let me ask you something. Is energy ever dissipated? Does it disappear?
No, it changes form, it never disappears.
And I had a conversation with somebody, and she's probably watching today, about this, about the Bible says that once dust to dust and that's it. And that isn't true, is it?
The body is dust, correct?
But the energy?
But the energy, which would be that soul, that spirit, that continues. This is why mediums can talk to the dead people.
But that's not what you do.
Nope, I tell everybody, I
But
don't,
you
I
know
don't speak
somebody.
to dead people. I'll let you know somebody who does, not my area.
But you know somebody who does.
I know a few people, actually.
No, I'm talking to one gentleman in particular.
Okay.
And you know who I'm talking about.
Yes, what about him?
This guy, if I brought him here, he would make your hair stand on end. Do you know he told me about my cousin Carlos dying?
I believe it.
He says that you called Carlos. He was at, we were at the iHeart Studios, and I looked and said, Carlos? I haven't spoken to him in years. He says, you may want to.
Mm-hmm.
Really? He says, yeah, he's not going to be around. Carlos died 2 weeks later.
Wow.
I'm going to tell you, this guy.
He used to see that on people when he was a little kid, and his parents thought he was nuts. And they took him to doctors, and they basically told him if he didn't behave himself, he was going away to school. It was a whole thing. I'm exaggerating a little bit about sending him away, but they were very disturbed that he was saying, oh, you know, his best friend's grandpa was going to die. The parents were all up in arms, and of course the kid was up in arms and told his parents, and his parents called his parents, and not so good. When his own grandma passed, he went home, walked in his bedroom, and grandma was talking to him. So he went out to say to his parents, why'd you say grandma's not here anymore?
He's right
It's
there.
a little odd. But he had been doing it,
But
and then he
he's-
shut it down because of all that, this is wrong, this is bad.
Well, now he does it for a living. And the
Yes.
funny thing is, I took him to meet a friend of ours, Night, from Night and Day. And me and him did a show, and I used to do the video for him. And he wasn't feeling well. And I said to myself, there's something wrong with Alan Knight. But I didn't, because we're friends, I didn't want it to come from me. So I had this gentleman come. He waited 2 hours on the set without saying a word, because Alan never thought he was crazy. He put him on at the end of 10 minutes, and he says, Alan, you had me wait an hour and 45 minutes, but I'm going to deliver a message for you on the air. Now, Alan lost his father. He was very close to his father. And he told him, your father's standing next to you, and this is what's going to happen to you if you don't check yourself. And you know, Alan, everything he told Alan came out true. Alan almost died. He had to have heart surgery and the whole nine. And that night, I looked at him, and Alan's looking at me. He says, who is this guy? I says, Alan, I brought this guy to meet you, and you're not taking this seriously. You're going to get sick. He didn't listen. He did get sick. He almost died. Now he's looking for him. You still have his number. Alan's still looking for this guy. But powerful medicine. You know, don't mess with what you don't understand.
The thing that people really need to recognize is it's really simple. Everybody has an inner knowing, a higher consciousness, if you will, hand that's reached up to the divine. It's, do you pay attention to it or not? And I liken it to, everybody can play a piano, though some of us, for whatever reason, come in as concert pianists that could sit down and immediately start to play beautifully, and others have to really work at it to understand, can you play the piano? And
have a
you have to
question?
practice.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
It's for you. Do you feel anyone's is anyone's aura in here particularly strong that you may feel right now? That's the best way to explain.
Actually,
like,
okay, so let me preface this with, when you use the terminology aura being strong, it doesn't mean that the person is affected or weak. It just simply means that their energy is wider, more vibrant in that moment, just so that nobody says, well, how about me?
okay.
But
What happened to my aura? I lost my aura.
But I get actually 3 people, and it's interesting because they're all in a row here.
Ah.
But you know what we're going to do? We're going to take a
Wait.
commercial break, and then we'll get back to this.
We're going
Because
to
that's
switch
very
the set. We've
interesting.
got some new flowers to bring on.
We got
Jamina from
flowers,
Blossom
we got all
Moments is
sorts of
with
stuff.
us.
But
Change
let's
our
keep
setup.
While you're at it, maybe give out the phone number, because originally they had the WNN number.
That'll be 1
thinking
o'clock, so that's
at
fine.
1, but if people want to call in now, they can call in the
888 994 4995. Give us a call while we're here at 1 o'clock. We do change over to the radio, and that'll be a different number, so as not to confuse anyone.
Even
I'm
though
going to give out
you
the
are.
12 o'clock number right now, 888 994 4995.
What's the number?
888 994 4995. And we'll be right back. The Airbiotic system distributes millions of safe and all-natural environmental probiotics into the air and on surfaces using the latest ultrasonic and nanotechnology. Airbiotics is a movement to save us and the future generations from antibiotic-resistant superbugs. Reduce your risk of allergies, skin infection, colds, and flu. Get rid of deep-seated odors and enter into a protective shield of Airbiotics. Order your Airbiotics personal or environmental system today at airbioticszone.com. AIRBIOTIXZONE.com. Good for use in nursing homes, schools, travel, or daily use. Order yours today. airbioticszone.com.
Do you suffer from pain, anxiety, or inflammatory autoimmune disease? Are you ready to feel your best and take responsibility for your own health? At thewellnesslabstore.com, we offer an array of CBD cannabinoid products to help increase immunity, reduce pain, regulate your moods, and improve sleep. CBD works by interacting with a person's endocannabinoid system to keep your body in balance. Visit thewellnesslabstore.com and begin your journey to a life of better health. Safe for all ages and your pets with no psychotropic effects. Contact us today, thewellnesslabstore.com. Full-service internet TV radio production company. Discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make all your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes or live radio streaming as well as tape productions for social media platforms and television. AMP2 TV can handle all of your television needs, including closed caption for a perfect on-air telecast. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages or visit one of their many studios to get your creative juices flowing. Come and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's AMP, the number 2.tv, or call them at 866-224-5422. Feel free to call for a quote or just a consult of how to put your business on a social media platform or radio platform, or just doing a show that is covered by all platforms. Call 866-224-5422 and make an appointment. That's 866-224-5422.
Thank you for watching the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you like...
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Where's your camera? Paparazzi.
No, I gave the camera up because I don't want to drop it, break it, and have to buy it.
You had a wrapper on your wrist. I said, you know what's wrapped around your wrist? You're like, yeah, I don't want it to fall off.
I don't want it to fall off. Everything's falling. You don't understand who's on the set. You still don't get it.
Well, we walked into that meeting today, and everyone's looking. I said, wait, is it not Halloween? Why am I the only one in costume in this entire place?
Because they said that's the way you dress all the time. So I said, I'm going to be the paparazzi with the camera because
That's
it's
apparently all I have
ridiculous.
to, you know what's so scary? All I have to do is put on a feather and some necklaces, which I wear 25 necklaces
Yeah,
anyway.
and the fishnets.
Wait, doesn't it say
and the-
fishnet stockings?
The
Do you do
fishnets,
that all the
fishnets
All the
and
time.
a feather.
I don't
Other than
think
that,
all
it's
the
like
time.
walking around
Look,
every day.
you see her handcuffs over there all the time.
Although
She's
someone
like-
gave me a great idea. She's Wendy Jill. I don't know why I keep calling her something else. Wendy Jill. She said I should call Rent the Runway, and for like $69 a month, they send you all these clothes. I don't know how that really
It's true.
works.
It's
And
true.
then you borrow them and you send them back.
Send them back. 69, you have a whole...
Rent the runway?
Yeah. You never heard of that?
You get a whole wardrobe.
You never heard of that? Really? Sarah, my stepdaughter, uses it.
Really?
Yeah, when you're going to a wedding, you don't want to spend thousands of dollars on a
Now
gown.
you tell me. If you saw my closet with all the gowns in there,
And
now
there you have
tell
it.
me. I could start a business, exactly.
And
Now-
Jermina came in while we were on commercial break to change our flowers out for the week from Blossom Moments. Thank you. This is really unique. This is more, that's like a
Beautiful.
Christmassy kind of fall feel.
Yes.
What kind of
It's,
flowers are these?
Dianthus, I think, in there.
The
And,
Dianthus?
Dianthus.
I knew a Dianthus once. She's in there.
Yeah, it's in there.
She's in there. These are beautiful. And then in the back of the set, we have some orange roses.
Roses and Alstroemeria.
Astromeria.
That's one I always forget the name of.
They're
Astromeria.
beautiful.
Man.
Me too.
yeah.
I can never remember their names. It's hard
That's okay. They remember you.
Look at Jermina's glow in that shot. Let's go back to her shot
Let me
with
see
the
three.
drapes behind her. How beautiful is that?
She looks like she's that painting behind her.
Do you have a question for Hallie while you're here?
No, I'm just gonna listen.
We're gonna give
know.
you questions.
Yeah.
She's gonna bang
I'll
you up.
listen and I'll ask question later.
But for all your floral needs, contact Jermina at Blossom Moments Floral, 561-951-6343. It's also bmgevents.net. Beautiful work she does.
She
and
does. She's outstanding.
also, don't forget to share. Tomorrow we call out the winner for
Yes.
the free centerpiece
Now I don't want to.
That's
I don't
the one
want to.
with the glass
Yes.
and the
Yes.
pumpkins in it. I went ahead and put my name in the hat.
I don't
too.
want to. I don't want to say nothing. I don't want to say nothing. But I shared it 110 times.
I
But
see
you
that.
can't win.
Thank
we
you very
have to
much.
give it out.
I shared it also. I did. I put it on my page.
Blossom Moments Flower. I'm going to try and find it. It's this beautiful orange.
It is. It's in this beautiful
Orange.
glass
This
vase
is what
with
it looks like.
pumpkins.
Yes.
So go to Blossom Moments Floral on Facebook and
share
look
it
for
out.
this beautiful orange arrangement. There's pumpkins in it. Like it, the page, share it out, and you will be entered to win this beautiful arrangement for Thanksgiving. And
Tomorrow,
since
yeah.
It's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Drawing
and
is tomorrow.
and you gotta sort of look for it. It's not gonna pop out at you. Somebody wrote to me and says, "I don't find this." I said, "That's right. You gotta look for it." So you gotta sort of.
Share this
I
post
saw it
and win the
immediately.
arrangement valued at $65, and it will be delivered. Winner will be drawn tomorrow, November 1st, and announced on the Facebook page. Delivery anytime after.
So wait a minute.
November
I
10th.
can't win. What if
You
I
can
can win if I
win.
can give it away?
That's fine.
Okay.
You can win, but we have to pay it forward. And
See,
give
the
it to
thing is
somebody
that
else.
Steve-O now, who has 7,000
He's
followers.
not allowed to win either. It's like when you
He
work
can
at
win, but
iHeart.
he's got to give it away.
He's got to give it away.
He's already saying his fingers. And, oh
What
no,
if you, what
he's
if you
in
win
jail.
though when you're out of town?
No, you get to select where you want to send it. Like if I send it to a family, a needy family. Or something.
Yes, delivery is in the local area. So yes, if you win, if we win, if Steve-O wins,
Gotta
we
give
have
it
to pay it forward,
forward.
and give it to somebody else
All right, I'm
because
cool with
it's
that.
kind of like when you work at the place. You
I love
can't
the way
really
you
win.
make up rules as we go along.
We can't keep them.
Just saying.
Come on. Well, how fortunate
Just
are we?
saying.
How blessed that Jermina Grace's are set every week with 2 new arrangements. She's taking home 3 because some of them have. Jermina have the glass vase 4 from the lilies from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Now I got a question that I'm going to ask you, but I'm going to start with her first.
Don't point at us.
I didn't. I'm pointing above you.
Pointing with your whole hand.
Pointing above you. That's right. This is the point. This is a sign. Do you teach people? Do you teach? What's the matter with you? Do you teach people how to do floral arrangements, like classes or people?
No, but I taught my kids.
Have you ever done a class? My mother used to take a class and they taught her how to do floral arrangements for the
Have
house.
I ever myself
Have you ever
taught a
taught people?
class? No.
I
She's
want
just
to talk to
naturally
you
gifted.
Okay.
because my mother used to do that. She learned how to do this. She went to these classes and she used to come home with these arrangements. And she's the one that gave me a green thumb in New York. I used to do flowers.
I do not have a green thumb. Even that orchid's seen better days. See on that table, Jermina? It's not looking so
That's
good.
because our intern, Dylan,
It was in charge.
took it
Dylan
away.
is in charge of taking care of the
he
orchid.
took it and he didn't put it in the window. Now, do you teach people how to do the things that you do? Because I got a little inside information.
I do not teach them to do exactly what I do.
Not
what
exactly.
I teach them to do is tap into their own innate abilities
And there
and
it
to
is.
recognize abilities that they have that they weren't aware of.
I was talking to you this morning and I said to him, "Why did you say that?" He said, "I didn't say that."
She's hearing
I
voices.
said, "Come
again.
on, you didn't just say to me I didn't do it." He says,
My daughter,
"I didn't say that."
my daughter used to do that to my ex-husband all the time. It used to drive him crazy. We'd be in the car, she'd say something in the back seat, and he'd look at me and he'd go, she's like, she didn't, how could she possibly know? And I looked at him and I went, really?
I've never had that before. And I looked
It
at
was
you
very
and you said
funny.
the last thing you said was this. We're talking about my son making moot court, and I was telling him the story. He said, "I'm waiting to hear the story."
And she went to this other store.
And
But
I-
she does this all the time.
And I thought you said to me, "I didn't do it." And I said, "You didn't do what?"
I
and
roll-
he looked at me. He goes, "Why did you ask me I didn't do what?"
I
said,
roll
"You said I
along
didn't
now.
do it."
But this is my point when I say everybody has ability. It's a matter of, do you pay attention to it? And depending on what's going on in your world, you can enhance that ability.
And then you say, "What's the message?" I say that to you all the time. What is the message of this? My daughter all the time, she says, "There has to be a reason for everything." And he says, "No, there's not a reason for everything. Sometimes things in life just happen." She disagrees
I
with
don't
you.
necessarily agree.
There's always a reason why it
Yes.
happens.
That's what my daughter
Yes.
says.
You know what the
Yeah.
problem is with mortals? Is that we
With
need a
mortals.
reason for everything. And we bog ourselves down looking for reason. Do you know that I know people in my life who have never accomplished half of what they can do because they're looking for that reason to that one question? It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
You're looking at a different scenario there.
No, I'm looking at their life.
No, wait a minute. There is a reason that they are where they are doing what they are. And I'm going to give a perfect example.
And we're back to this whole manifestation thing. Okay, lay it on
No,
me.
not even about manifestation. I
Lay it
know
on
somebody
me.
who is a phenomenal artist. I mean, she really is brilliant. Anytime she touches any medium, she makes the most amazing things. She won awards. People have asked her to exhibit.
But she won awards. Okay, let's keep that in context.
Okay, but she won awards as a kid.
Okay.
As an adult,
She won awards.
she had the opportunity to be in galleries. She said no, she went into psychology.
She won awards. That's a whole different conversation.
No, you're not following. She didn't intentionally
didn't.
go to win. She just happened to be picked out from a group, and it was because it was a project that she had to do. My point that I'm trying to get to is there was no intention for her to compete. There was no intention for her to do this as a career. Sometimes you are doing exactly what you're supposed to do, like as in all the time. So if you're struggling, there's a reason.
Okay, but then my
If you're
contention is the
doing-
opposite. She won awards. She's an artist, right? When she was a young age.
Mm-hmm.
If she didn't do that and she spent the rest of her life wondering why she didn't do it, that's what bogging down means. That's the problem I have. It's not what you can do, it's what you should be doing.
But you just said that you look at people that have talents and they do not live up to their potential. I could say this about this woman. She could be an Andy Warhol.
Warhol.
She wants
She
some
could be a
warmth.
she could be a warlock too. But she was.
But no, she wasn't. My
Yes, she
point
was.
is, no, I could say she didn't live up to her potential because instead of pursuing art, she pursued psychology.
Yes, but that's perception on your end. I'm talking about their end.
Okay, how do you know what their perception is? Are you living inside of their brain? Do you really understand
Okay,
fully?
does
this?
you guys have a question? 'Cause
Hold
they're
on.
gonna
We're gonna
banter
get there.
back
We're
and
gonna go
forth
there.
on
But let me
this.
ask you a question. Is water wet? Is water wet?
Not when it's dry ice.
No, is water
Oh,
wet?
jeez.
You see, but therein lies the difference.
You say no?
Water's not wet. Okay. And there you have it. That's your perception, right?
And our perception is our reality.
Chanel, you have a question? Because you've
Okay.
been like itching to talk to Hallie for a couple days. She's a little, she's
Get
a
a
little
mic and
afraid.
let's see. Let's
I mean,
start
I
with
don't know
you.
if I have like a direct question. I don't know. I mean, I guess I kind of just want to like, what do you like? You said you have a feeling, and that's how you kind of get.
I get images in my head. I hear
So you
things. I
see
feel
images.
things. It depends. It's different
I get
with each
images
person that I
as
sit
well.
with.
You do?
Yeah.
What kind of images do you get?
You have images too?
Yes.
She's very gifted. More than just
More than
dealing
she
with
does?
flowers.
No.
Yeah.
More
Yeah.
than you know?
Yes.
There is something very special about you. Since the minute
Thank
how I
you.
even found her is so bizarre. On Facebook, and she's barely even on Facebook. It was just a random ad that popped up, right? And I had to call you, and she didn't even talk. I said, "Do you speak English?" And she says to me, "I'm talking to you, aren't I?" Pretty much that was the conversation. She said, "I'll see you tomorrow." And this woman, we got Freddy. What are you sending here?
It's another box.
Yes, that would be a box. Happy Halloween, Dan.
I don't remember what's in there.
Guess we're gonna find out.
That's what. Do you know what's in there?
Stuff.
Okay, but before we get here,
Okay.
let's get over
go
there.
back to the
Let's
young
talk to
lady.
Chanel.
Because sometimes not
Great name.
knowing is knowing, according to Hallie.
Sometimes not knowing is knowing.
Yeah.
No, oftentimes when you don't know, you're already doing. But that's another story. Okay.
So,
I just
so
lost her.
what would you, if you had an opportunity to ask Hallie a question, what would it be about you, your family, your friends?
Well,
What
she's afraid to ask.
I know. I feel like I don't know like what to ask.
Bottom line
Can you
is,
sense that I'm afraid
well,
to
I
ask?
just said you were
I can
afraid to
sense it, and
ask.
I'm not a psychic.
He's not psychic.
And I'm
At
psycho.
least not that
Yeah.
he admits,
Yeah.
but that's another story.
That's
That's a whole other
different story.
story.
Okay, so part of what I get with you, all kidding aside, is, because you asked, so I'm going to just say it out there, you need to like yourself more.
Like yourself more?
Yeah, you need to be nicer to you. That's like huge, because you'll be the first one to help somebody when they're troubled, when something's going on with them. You don't even think. If you're in the middle of something, you'll drop and you'll go help your friends and people you care about, but you're not as kind to yourself. So that's number one. You have to start actually
That's
liking
interesting.
yourself more, okay? The other thing is, in this life, you have 3 careers that you will do. Even
Because I don't
though,
even know what I want to do, so that makes a lot of sense.
even though you pick up easily on a lot of different things, somebody can show you something like, oh yeah, I can do that, and you can, and you could work at that thing for a period of time, and then you go to the next thing. But I get, as far as long term though, 3 careers, because what you're going to find is you're going to master one, and you're going to get comfortable, and then you're going to get bored, because you don't like to do the same thing over and over again. After a while, you're like, oh, this is ridiculous. It doesn't matter if it serves a purpose, doesn't matter if it's good, I don't want to do it. You always have to be mentally stimulated. You always have to keep busy. Very important for you.
The Lone Ranger.
The other thing is you're very sensitive to other people's moods. You're kind of empathic. I don't know if you realize that or not. So meaning if somebody's having a bad day or they're not feeling well, even if they don't say anything, you pick it up because you're empathic. That being said, I'm going to mention you're not even aware that at times when you pick that up, you take it with you. And so let me explain what I mean. You could be having a good day and you hang out with somebody and all of a sudden you're like, I don't know what's the matter with me. I feel like I have to go home. Don't know what's wrong. And then you find out maybe the next day that your friend wasn't feeling good and they left you and they went home and you had other things to do, but you didn't just because you weren't feeling right. So I'm going to just say, be aware of how you're feeling and notice if you were feeling good and then you're not, it probably doesn't belong to you. And you can literally say to yourself, if this isn't mine, I'm releasing it.
It's like the day before.
That makes, yeah. I can
Remember
relate
that?
to a lot.
You remember that before? You weren't feeling too well. You didn't know why. And poof,
What?
when you weren't feeling well on, was it
Monday, you
Monday?
Yeah.
Monday, yeah.
And things like that happen. I'm on my way in, and you don't hear from her, and she says, I wasn't
Because she
feeling
picks up things and you're just not accustomed to understanding why it is what you're feeling. You're just like feeling it and then you go with it. You may want to give a little bit more thought so that you understand it and like check in with yourself.
Well, how do you
and
let it
ask.
go? My daughter will go into bars with friends, and she can't. She has to leave because she cannot. She knows she takes it, but then it puts her out of sorts the whole night and into the whole next day. So she tries not to go to bars, which is kind of hard when you're 26 and your
Right.
friends want to go out, not to be able to go into a room of people.
There's a couple of different ways. There's one which is you can literally run it through you as if you were thinking in terms of if you were in a shower and just allowing water to run over you, run down and then off into the drain, kind of have that visual, that sensation, so that you're focused on whatever this is. If it's not mine, I'm just going to release it like it's being washed away. The other is to insulate yourself with energy. And I could give you 50 examples. I'll give you one quickie. You can envision a screen. We know that a screen keeps bugs out, but it allows air in. If you create in your mind's eye a screen that's sheer enough to be able to see through, but that you know that it's there protecting you, it will filter out energy that's unwanted, undesired.
But don't you have to have a higher understanding of your
Nope,
own?
that's the neat thing about it.
But you don't have to have an understanding of your own? I mean, you're asking
Nope.
somebody
Remember what I said?
to love
just a
herself
moment
more.
But do you remember what I said a moment ago? Perception is reality.
Right.
If you're perceiving that you're taking a moment to do this, then it becomes. Because what you're doing in that moment, whether you're intellectualizing it or not, Freddie, is you're shifting your energy.
and we shall agree to disagree. But that's that's good. That's good. And that's unique because I've seen, working with you these last couple of weeks, a lot of things that she's talking about, I've seen that. I mean, you are hands-on and you are aggressive and you go forward.
Yeah.
But there are certain days that you're on a different plane and then you come back and dum, dum, dum. So it's kind of
No,
interesting.
yeah, I really do
Annie's another one.
understand that a lot.
Yeah, Annie, where's Annie?
Annie's very unique.
Annie's hiding behind me. You see this one here?
Mm-hmm.
That's Annie.
Hi, Annie.
Annie, you got a question for Hallie? No, not at all.
How about you, Steph? You're terrified.
Well, Annie doesn't have a question, but I am going to say that it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. You are in love with love.
Everybody knows that.
Okay, but I've never met you before.
No, I didn't know that.
What does that mean? The hell does that mean?
What does that mean
What does
to
that
you?
mean? You're in love
It
with love.
means she is a diehard romantic.
Yes, she
and
is.
It means that probably her greatest achievement beyond what she wants to achieve career-wise or personally has to do with having a truly long-lasting, loving relationship.
She's looking for that impeccable love thing.
That it.
I don't know that I would call it impeccable, but I would call it immense.
Now, do you think with Annie that business-wise, business sense, and love, did they compete with one another?
There is no competition.
Oh, of course not. Love wins all. Is that what you're telling me?
Being
Pretty
in the
much.
right space, yes.
So is that what it is, Annie? You're looking for love?
I didn't say she was looking. I just said
She's a
that's-
hopeless
that's who
romantic.
She
She's
She's a
is.
hopeless romantic. What the
She's
hell
a
does that? Doesn't
romantic.
that mean she's looking for love?
No, because you can be that person and not be actively seeking.
You have love everywhere.
You have love everywhere.
I have it in myself.
Yeah, exactly.
You love yourself.
I think as much as you just have to love yourself, and once you love yourself, you really do see love all around you.
Hmm. Absolutely.
You can find, what I tell people all the time is I like to seek the gold in people. So somebody can have certain negative stuff, but if you look at that one good thing that shines in them, you pull that out and you focus on that good thing. That's love.
Amy's remarkable, right? We have a lot We have such a unique group of interns this time around. They're always different. Every
No,
group
this is a
brings
di-
their
this
own
is a different group.
gift, but this is a different group.
And Jaja, don't you have a question, Jaja?
I already asked my question, but I want to know more.
What do you want to know?
I don't know, but I want to know everything.
That's funny. People always say, I don't know, and then they leave and they go, oh, I should have asked about, I thought, I have clients that do this too. They'll come in and they'll sit with me, and I always tell them before, when I'm speaking on the phone and scheduling, write down what you want to know. I probably won't ask you to look at it because I'm just going to start talking as soon as you come in, but I'm going to give you at least the last part of our session together to say, have we covered everything? And then you can look. Usually it's, oh, we did that, we did that, we did that, we did. On occasion it's, oh, well, I want to know about this. But I find that when they don't do that, they call back the next day or 5 minutes after they've left the office. Hi, I just remembered I want to ask you about. So what I'm going to just say is when you have an opportunity to ask whatever comes to mind, even if you think it's dumb, even if you think it doesn't relate to now, even if you think in the big scheme of things you shouldn't do it, do it.
Jaja, you may have a question in the back of your head. I can get it out for you.
Well, I have a question now. Am I like on the right path? Am I doing well for myself? Is that a question I can ask?
You can actually. And I'm going to say yes. There's a however. And the however is you could actually be doing more if you make your goals bigger. You're keeping them too small.
Oh, okay.
They actually need to be much bigger because you're, what is this, 2018, 19, 20, 21. I'm going to say between now and 2022, you're going to find that a lot of things that you were thinking that were going to be further in the future are actually going to be in existence.
Okay, all right.
She says okay one more time.
And Maverick, you're the one with the energy field.
And Maverick.
Look at him.
Maverick got up out of the
another
He hides
seat.
it, though. He hides it.
He does hide. There's something about Maverick I can't put my finger on.
Well,
Yeah.
you shouldn't put your finger on him.
Well-
If he puts his finger on you, let me know. I'll smack him.
No,
for
I'm
you.
just saying that there's a different twist to Maverick. It's just a different energy about Maverick. Of all
Okay.
the interns that have come through here, and I can't figure him out.
He
What do you-
hides.
What do you
Can
think?
you figure it out?
I know that you're much more than you let people see.
Yeah.
I know that you literally think so deeply sometimes that it can throw your whole week off, meaning that your level of contemplating your life and experiences and just who you are is much deeper, again, than anybody recognizes. You have massive goals, but you don't speak to many people about them. You are definitely hands-on with anything that you have an interest in, and yet there's always more. So for instance, if you're working on something, you kind of know that it's temporary. There's something else. There's something more. I just feel like there's always that push internally to do more. As far as familial background, there's a lot of sensitivity there, and I won't go into that while we're on set, but I will say that some of the things that you've experienced, you need to recognize they will not affect you in the long term. They don't have a bearing because you're not your family. You are an individual, and that's something to really remember.
It's an interesting concept. We talked about that. We talked about a lot of these things before she said it. Our conversation in the morning, we said a lot of things. Cultures and families can give you all of their cultural family stuff, like being Jewish, right? You live in guilt.
I actually have one more question.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Now you've opened up the floodgates.
Yes?
Do you find yourself saying the same things over and over again, depending on like gender, maybe, or like have you ever like said this to, like, a family?
Occasionally, if I'm doing a big event, such as sitting at a table and there's multiple numbers of people coming in, I find there are a lot of similarities. But when I'm dealing with clients, it's very rare that the same thing is repeated because everybody has their own stuff.
Okay.
Now I got a question for you. What if you run into somebody who's completely going in the wrong direction? Completely.
Stop!
Do you do that? Do you explain to them why you think it's...
The lady who was in my office this morning before I came in, I actually said to her, "Stop it!" And she looked at me. And thankfully I know her for a really long time and she likes me, otherwise she probably would have run out of the room. But I just said to her, really, you know this isn't right. This is not getting you to where you need to be. And what's the interpretation of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result? Sometimes you're just doing the same thing over and over again, and you do need to stop. And it's not about evaluation and it's not about introspection. It's just stop and be still.
Stop and be still.
Well,
That's
yeah,
called
but
sitting.
That's kind of what you said today again. What, were you in Hallie's head?
No, but I
You told me sometimes you have
I
to...
have this connection with Hattie. Me and her argue about
Well,
everything.
sometimes you... And we have to get ready for the radio. He says sometimes you have to drive the bus from the back.
What?
And I said, how do you drive the bus from the back?
This
And he
is the
said-
last time I share anything with
And he says to me, you have to just stop and listen or watch, right?
Well, you can't
Is
always.
that what she said?
Well, she says it differently. But what I say is that sometimes you wait for the game to come to you and stop trying to create and watch the openings and look at the signs. You know, we all have signs. They're always there. You just got to look at them.
The difference is you're speaking, let's say, to the analytically minded.
No,
where-
Not him?
no. Speaking to the spiritually minded,
hold
not the
on one
analytical.
Freddy's not
second.
analytical.
No. Hold on 1 second.
Not at all.
It's more linear. It's more analytical in the way that you are conveying it.
Okay,
If
maybe
you
my
listen-
conveyations
if-
ain't right.
If you listen to, for instance, Esther Hicks, when she talks about the Abraham Collective, and they talk about when you're working towards something and you're trying to manifest it and you're focusing on it, after you've given it that energy, that attention, let it alone. Just be still. In the same way that if you're booking a vacation, it's booked. You don't keep thinking, oh my God, I got to book my vacation. It's done. It's complete. If we did that with everything in our world, things would just flow to us very easily.
This is why I don't read books.
She hasn't been in my head lately then.
No, she didn't. And
I
it's
book a
funny
vacation
because
and then think that I booked the right one. Should I change my flight? Should I go to a different hotel? But wait, now I need a car.
That's,
Yeah.
that's typically a Libra thing.
It's typically crazy
You
things.
don't feel like you're a
I,
Libra.
No.
I booked to go. I booked to go to Puerto Rico, and it's a good thing that I remembered to get to the airport to go. I mean, it is what it is. You're gonna go. You're gonna come back.
Ready to go to radio?
What?
Got to go to the radio. What?
Now?
Huh? Yeah, now.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. We're going to be back in 2 and 2.
Just
Radio
4?
station number is 888-565-1470. For the next hour, Hallie Elise is going to be joining us. So give us a call with your questions, and we will be right back.
Thank you for watching the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Dawn and Freddy S at the cafe,
Do you want to enhance your love life with flowers? Rejuvenate love, life, health with flowers from Blossom Moments? Weekly deliveries to your home, your business, hospital, or even senior centers. Give us a call at 561-951-6343. Blossom Moments could also coordinate your wedding or event. Contact Blossom Moments at bmgevents.net. For all of your floral event needs, large or small, call Blossom Moments. 561-951-6343. And we look forward to hearing from you.
The Money Talk Radio Network is WSBR Boca Raton, W280DU Boca Raton, and W245BC Lauderdale Lakes. The Army National Guard is committed to keeping the country safe and our communities secure. Composed of hundreds of thousands of citizen soldiers from all walks of life, the Guard is always ready to respond to local or national emergencies. We protect the homeland. We're always there when called upon, and in every state and territory, we stand guard for our communities. To learn more, log on to nationalguard.com. Sponsored by the Florida Army National Guard. Aired by the Florida Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Gallbladder problems, gingivitis, a bad back, indigestion, fatigue, low libido, not sleeping well, need to lose weight. Just some of the topics you'll hear about. Hi, I'm Dr. Bob Martin. Join me Sunday mornings at 10 on Talk 1470 WNN.
It takes a whole lot more effort to get something started in your life than it does to keep it moving.
Del Walmsley has moved thousands of radio listeners closer to a great life. The Del Walmsley Show is now on in South Florida on Talk 1470, Monday at 5, Tuesday through Friday at noon. Listen and move towards your great life today.
This is Talk 1470. WNN.
Welcome to the Probiotic Protection Zone. The Airbiotic system distributes millions of safe and all-natural environmental probiotics into the air and on surfaces using the latest ultrasonic and nanotechnology. Airbiotics is a movement to save us and the future generations from antibiotic-resistant superbugs. Reduce your risk of allergies, skin infection, colds, and flu. Get rid of deep-seated odors and enter into a protective shield of Airbiotics. Order your Airbiotics personal or environmental system today at airbioticszone.com. AIRBIOTIXZONE.com. Good for use in nursing homes, schools, travel, or daily use. Order yours today. airbioticszone.com.
Cruise Planners, an American Express travel representative, has a tremendous reputation for quality, service, and very competitive pricing for all of your travel needs. As a Cruise Planners travel advisor, Paul Vadiano will help you discover exciting adventures around the world, from cruises to land tours and completely packaged vacations. Paul specializes in all types of travel and will create an unforgettable vacation, wedding, or event just for you. Find Paul at www.cruiseoptics.com, on Facebook, or by phone at 561-232-2626. We make your travel dreams come true.
Science has confirmed that real health comes from raw, organic, and wild foods. Essentials is a complete program of 5 products to help your body function as nature intended. Premium ancient superfood algae offers energy and stamina. Food-based digestive enzymes help prevent occasional heartburn and may reduce stress from processed foods and heavy metals. Our proprietary probiotics help support immune health, regulate bowels, and eliminate toxins. Improve your mood, mental clarity, focus, faster rejuvenation, and better sleep. Order now at eatessentialsnow.com. Essentials, life-enhancing ingredients in the palm of your hand. Eatessentialsnow.com.
Give them a call at 888-565-1470 toll free. Come on in for a cup of time, and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from WA in the heart of Delray Gallery, Dawn and Freddy S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddy S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free at 888-565-1470 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddy S.
When the crypt doors creak and the tombstones quake, spooks come out for a swing and wake.
Holy smokes.
And begin to vocalize. Grin and ghosts come out to socialize. Now don't close your eyes.
Joe, all right, you got to turn it on. Hey, he's waiting for us. We're good now. Welcome to part 2. I think we're going to get spanked.
Because it was on too long?
Too long. Okay, so welcome to part 2. Welcome to all the friends of South Florida. I know, I'm not here. Don't be surprised.
Halloween style. Give us a call, 888-565-1470. We've got Hallie Elise with us, psychic extraordinaire, top 100 psychics. Correct? Worldwide.
Well, you're looking at me. Ask her.
125?
Did you move up?
What?
Are you in the top 50 now?
I was moving into the top 25.
I know, maybe I'll be up higher next time.
I'm moving to the top 25, but all right, we'll stick with the top 100 psychics. Happy Halloween, everyone. Part 2, second hour. Yesterday we did Halloween on the road from the Foxworth Fountain, which was a lot of fun. I had my pink hair. Today we're going Flapper style, Freddy is my paparazzi.
Yes,
I've never
because
had
everywhere
paparazzi before.
everywhere we go, they're like, "Oh, I'm doing this," and I said, "Let me get a camera, walk around, take your pictures." I'm the paparazzi because holy smokes,
Holy smokes, you make a good paparazzi.
I do. I get run over by a lot of people.
So give us a call if you have any questions for Hallie, 888-565-1470. You can find us on 95.3 FM, 1470 AM, and of course all over our social media platforms. Thank you to everyone. We're being filmed right now by the paparazzi. They're making a documentary on us for one of the classes at FAU. I do not know what it's going to look like, but we shall see.
She would pick this show to do that.
And the Lone Ranger shaking his head
Are
yes.
you?
I'm a bandit.
You're a bandit.
You're,
I was gonna say he's not wearing a white hat.
He's the bandit.
You're a bandit.
Elaine, what are you today?
Just a normal person, which I'm not every day.
Yeah,
You're
you're
not a
never a
normal-
normal person.
So
She's
let me-
in costume as a normal.
But
normal
yesterday
person.
you were the grease lady. What was her name?
Yeah, Sandy, I think.
Sandy.
Yes.
And
I
you
was
know,
just like picking out some stuff in my wardrobe.
that's the
and-
way you normally get dressed.
It's pretty much her.
Do you know I was screamed at by 50,000 people telling me red shoes is part of the movie?
Really?
Red shoes. They even sent pictures to prove that I was wrong. Ari, because in the movie Grease, she wore the tight stuff with red shoes. Did you remember she had red shoes on? I don't even remember that.
Red
Huh?
shirt.
Yes.
Yeah, at the end of the movie. Yeah.
Well, they wanted to show that transformation
But
from
they-
innocence. I mean, really
To
subliminal.
the hottie,
Tati.
But they were pointing out what an idiot I was. So thank you very much for all those nice
Thank you all
texts
for
and
sharing.
comments.
See, and then Maverick has that look again.
He's wondering.
He's wondering. He's thinking, you're all nuts here.
He's wondering how to get the hell out
He's
of here.
thinking, how am I even here? Hector, do you have questions for Hallie? You have one. You want
Well, you
a
got to
mic?
get your microphone
We'll have to
before
get
you
Hector
ask.
mic. You know, when an animator comes out of his room, there is
Something's
a reason.
wrong. Yes.
The animator doesn't often come out.
What do you got, big guy? What do you got? Is that mic on?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
That's a
have a
short question.
That's a very short question.
Want to
he
rethink
freeze?
about it?
No, that's not. I'm just trying to find a good way.
I don't know if it's on.
That mic is not on.
What number is that, Hector? Two. A2? All right.
Now it's on.
Doorbell's ringing.
Okay.
Hey, Yvonne.
You're thinking.
I've been thinking. Yeah, I've been thinking lately.
He's trying to figure out how to deliver the question.
You can say it any way you like. How's that?
Okay. Have I been going about things the wrong way in terms of trying to better my life?
That's a loaded question because you already know part of the answer to that because you've been trying to figure out for a while now. And we're in, 17, 16, 15, I'd say since 2015. It's trying to figure out the direction that you're going in, but it's been since really, I'd say spring of last year that you really started to make more of a commitment to making change, to move forward, to do things. But you've got a very creative talent. I know you're saying that he's an animator, but he's much more than that. And
Yes.
I feel like you have a voice that should be heard. You should be expressing yourself. You should be using your art, using your creativity in a way that people get to recognize you. You look like you're a big tough guy, but you're not. You're actually very sensitive to other people and to what goes on in your world. And that sometimes keeps you from stepping into the limelight, as in, well, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I don't have it down. You have to start recognizing your own talents because you are very gifted. And when it comes to the creativity, I would say if you were tested, you'd come up with 40% linear thinking and 60% creativity. The direction that you are moving in is the right direction. There's a but, and the but is you need to start patting yourself on the back here. It's interesting because today there's 3 people that I felt that really weren't recognizing themselves as much as they should be, and you're one of those people. Like you do something good and you're like, oh yeah, I just did that because I could, or yeah, I know how to do that. You have to start doing this. Start patting yourself on the back and recognizing every time you take a step forward, because this way it propels you to move even faster. The direction you're going is going to switch roughly in August of next year. Just kind of keep that in the back of your head. Until then, just keep staying your course. Okay?
Hector he is intuitive. He's working on a commercial for me, and all I did was say, this is what I'd like it to look like visually, the backdrop. And what he has put together and is putting together, and the words, I've never told him what words to put in it. exactly. He understands my thought process, which is unique. He gets the concept, and he knows. He says, but I understand that's your vision of what you want. But he and I haven't even communicated that. So
Right.
he's incredibly gifted and talented.
And again, that has to do with that creative mind. That has to do with that abstract.
Boots is in the house, Freddie.
Who?
Boots.
Boots.
Little Red Riding Hood.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. We got Boots in the house.
We got some competition now.
You got KGB
not
in the
Puss in
house.
Boots, but Boots.
Boots.
KGB in the
Little
house.
Red Riding Hood.
That's not KGB, that's 007.
That's 007, sorry. Yes, that is 007,
007
in the house.
Great costume.
And you're supposed to be
Little Red Riding Hood.
Little Red Riding Hood?
Yes.
One of the
Russian Little
artists.
Red Riding Hood.
A Russian.
Perfect.
Well, they sold the
How
same.
do you like
that
those
we
boots?
have more people coming in costume, I want to share with everybody. We've got goodies here to give away for people who wore costumes, which is nice. It's just odd. Last year we had so
Too many.
people.
There were
that
so many people, I didn't
couldn't
even
keep
stay in
up.
here.
So this year we have extra goodies and we have less people. So
That's good.
I guess the people who are here will have to take all the goodies.
You got 40 minutes to get your butt down here. 40 minutes.
That's it. That's it.
I'm gonna
to
say something
participate.
else.
But I do want to share as far as who was kind enough to contribute.
Absolutely.
And so we have Lure Carter, and it is actually Lure, L-A-U-R-E. She's amazing. She does yoga. She works with Ayurveda. She helps you drop weight. She gives her gift certificate, I think, for like $95 towards her services, which was very generous. And she'll help you with your goals. She'll give you that time that you need, an hour, 2 hours, whatever, to try to figure out the direction you want to go in. We also have gift certificates from Boca Burger House. I don't know if you've eaten there, but their burgers really are awesome. I went by to get the gift certificates last night, and there was a girl waiting. She goes, oh my God, once you've eaten this, you can't eat that other garbage. I got a burger at, and I won't mention the restaurant, but this other place, and she goes, I couldn't eat it. I took a bite, I threw it out, and I took the drive over here. She says, it's not around the corner, but I had to come over. And they are right off of Spanish River and, let me think for a moment, 5th Avenue in Boca. So Boca Burger House, they're pretty awesome. And then we have Molly, and Molly creates these wonderful little gift baskets. Her business is Boca Zen. The funny thing about Molly is she hasn't even launched the business yet, but she heard we were doing the show and she thought it would be nice to share. And she has all these little delectables in there. She has things that are inspirational. Her whole purpose is to create gift baskets from the heart, gift baskets that are not just floral or just filled with sweets, but things that resonate with you. So the basket itself, for instance, says, I think, gratitude on it, which is kind of cool.
Isn't it amazing what people do when it comes from the heart? Jermina is the perfect example. This
Yes.
woman is, everything she creates comes from the heart. She spends so much time with us, and what you just know, you see, you can sense it from her, right?
Absolutely.
Blossom
Absolutely.
Moments Floral. And she's sitting there with the mic and she's not saying anything. She's just watching. But if you have any questions for Hallie Elise, give us a call. 888-565-1470. Before anyone asks questions, though, we've got Dr. Maya with us. Yes.
Yes.
So you want to introduce her?
Absolutely. Dr. Maya and I share a suite, and it's really funny how it all came about. I was looking to move, walked into a building, walked by her door, and didn't look at the signage, but just thought, God, there's something there, something nice. I have to check that on the way back from looking at or meeting with the building manager at the other office. Anyways, woman is showing me all these places, and we get to Maya's door, and she goes, oh, it's a shame. All of her space is filled because I think it would be a great fit. She goes, but let's walk in anyways. I want you to meet her. And it was the exact door that I had passed earlier that I felt there was just something nice. Okay, we walk in, we chat, and she goes, my space isn't filled. I have another office in this suite, and we've been friends ever since. Dr. Maya has a plethora of background in integrative medicine, in, I'm going to say, holistic medicine, the natural arts. She is a doctor of acupuncture. She's also a Taoist priestess, and she does face reading. She does NAT and NET. We could probably spend the rest of the time just talking about your accolades and your certifications and your licenses. How about you go ahead and share a little bit that I left out?
Thank you. I want to share that when Hallie walked to my door and I met her, I had already an idea of who I want to rent my home to, and I had a psychologist in mind or something like that. I never had in mind to have a psychic in my space. But when I met Hallie, the sense of boundaries, professional boundaries, were so strong. with her that I liked it a lot. I value professional boundaries, and she, I really like her, so we've been friends.
We get along well.
And it was a great addition to my clinic because I am also a very highly intuitive person.
Yes.
And to talk about me, I have to start in a very short way, right? From the very beginning, as a child, I was intuitive. I was a very intuitive child. And it's not easy to live life as a very intuitive person because you kind of scare people around you.
So true.
And you scare yourself, right? You think, how do I know this? Why do I feel so off?
Well, you also see things around that other people don't. And that can be unsettling. I wouldn't say scary, but unsettling, like how I see this and how I feel this and nobody else does. So I started kind of toning it down, but I was very lucky. My father introduced me to Powers of Nature and really helped me to be in touch with my intuitive self. But then I became a teenager and still was very sensitive, and I hid behind a computer. For the first part of my life, I was a computer programmer and worked on Wall Street with trading systems, and it was a wonderful thing to bring analytical skills to my intuitive nature. So that is how I think it happened for me to continue with my career choice. So I worked and brought an analytical part to me, and when that was done, and I think that ran its course, so I sort of learned how to put analytical and a logical sense into my intuition. I was successful. I was very successful.
So you add logic to it.
And well, add logic.
I know
to
someone who tells me
intuition.
you can't add logic to the illogical.
That's not what they tell you.
That's not what they tell me.
create balance.
That's not what they tell us.
Really? What do they
Dawn
tell
has
you?
a
You need to make
Dawn has
sense
a
of Yes. things.
She has a
Yes.
funny habit of taking something somebody says and changing it
They
completely.
say you can't add logic
No,
to the illogical.
I make fun of people
It's not
when you.
logical.
No.
It is how to take all the senses that I get, because I, as Hallie does, I feel with all my senses. And that training of being analytical computer programmer created a structure to that intuition. And I didn't know why it was happening until one morning I woke up and said, I don't want to do this anymore. And nobody believed me because I was very successful. I had a whole career in front of me. I could be VP by now somewhere on Wall Street. But I just had a sense that I cannot do this anymore, and I quit and I moved to Florida. I didn't know what to do, and things started happening when I basically embraced the intuitive nature and all the senses with the structure. I went to acupuncture school, but not a regular acupuncture school. I went to Academy for 5 Elements acupuncture, which embraces that transformation from disease to a virtue through understanding who you really are. So the patient who comes for the 5 element acupuncture or 5 element any philosophy setting is not to just feel better, but to understand who they really are, that unique signature that Hallie was talking about.
This is why we get along so
that
well.
gets muddled
I can see that.
by life events, choices, traumas, masks that we all wearing masks. That little part of you that's really, really big to shine out, that being muddled. And when we help this person to bring it up, to clean it up and shine, that's when real magic starts happening in your life.
When your light shines. Let's go to commercial break. We're filling up our studio audience here, Hallie. Looks
see
like
that.
you've got some work to do.
I got a
You haven't seen that lady in a long time.
long time. Now listen, how are you gonna pick the winner?
Oh, easy. We've got lots of goodies.
We've got
Oh, we're
lots
gonna
of
give
things
them
to give
all out.
away. All right, stay tuned. Give us a call. 888-565-1470. We'll be right back. More with Hallie Elise.
At Carmen Care Advanced Laser Therapy, our professional team specializes in finding the best alternative laser therapy treatments for your painful conditions. Do you suffer with chronic pain, a post-traumatic injury, or simply looking for the benefits of cell rejuvenation to the skin? Schedule a consultation today to understand how photobiomodulation can help reduce your symptoms, reduce or even eliminate pain. Give us a call today. 561-405-9577. We focus on treating you who has a disease, not a disease that defines who you are. Contact Carmen Care Laser Therapy today, 561-405-9577 or CarmenCareLaser.com.
I got a guy. You need a guy? I got a guy. With VCard Global, all your contacts are in the palm of your hand. Never leave home without your business cards or brochures again. VCard is the ultimate marketing tool. No more printing cards or brochures. VCard fits in the palm of your hand and is always with you. VCard is a powerful networking tool that virtually promotes sharing and builds referrals for your business. VCard Global, the virtual business card. Hold your business in the palm of your hand. Contact Jennifer at jenng.vcardinfo.com, the world's most intelligent business card. I got a guy, jenng.vcardinfo.com.
Do you suffer from pain, anxiety, or inflammatory autoimmune disease? Are you ready to feel your best and take responsibility for your own health? At thewellnesslabstore.com, we offer an array of CBD cannabinoid products to help increase immunity, reduce pain, regulate your moods, and improve sleep. CBD works by interacting with a person's endocannabinoid system to keep your body in balance. Visit thewellnesslabstore.com and begin your journey to a life of better health. Safe for all ages and your pets with no psychotropic effects. Contact us today, thewellnesslabstore.com.
Thank you for watching the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Dawn and Freddy S at the cafe, give them a call at 888-565-1470 toll-free. Come on in for a cup of coffee or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. Don't forget, sharing is caring, and to like this video. Let's reopen the cafe doors now. Back to Dawn and Freddy S.
And we're back.
And we are back at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. Wow, you know, we started at 12 and then everyone sort of trickled in. And now, Hallie, you got some work to do. People have questions, I think.
Well, that's
I
a
know
good thing.
Diana had some questions, Little Red Riding Hood. Let's get you a mic.
Let's get Diana a microphone. Diana.
You can hear me?
We hear you
can
and we see you.
We see and we hear you.
Yes.
So what kind of questions can I ask?
Anything you want. What do you mean? What kind of question?
Well, how do you do it? Like
You ask
I
a
mean-
question and I answer.
That's what happens
I mean,
when
it's
you
really
show
that
up
simple.
Okay, tell me something about my mom.
That's not a question, that's a statement, but okay.
How is mom?
How is she?
I don't get present. I don't get local. Meaning I don't get close by. So this to me is either she doesn't live in the area or she's passed. I don't get here. So I tell you what, as far as who she was as a person when she was here or there. I mean, I'm not sure what the question. I'm not a medium,
how is
so
she-
that
oh, yeah,
means
you're
that
not-
I do not talk to the deceased.
That's why I wanted. I didn't
No,
know exactly.
I don't do
missed the whole-
mediumship, but I can say that she's not here. I can tell you that she was a very strong-willed person and yet also very kind. She had a big heart, but she had moments where people did not recognize that because of that strength that she had, that almost a barrier sometimes built up. And I can tell you just by, we'll say, common reference, when someone passes, it's very rare that they are not well. It's because most souls, when they pass on, they've completed their tasks that are here and they move to that next level. In the movies, it shows all these tortured people because they're not here, and the truth is that's very rare.
Okay. I have one more question then.
Sure.
My daughter is 22, 23 gonna be. I was wondering how many kids will she have?
She's got 2 coming.
And
Feels like first one's a boy.
You said boy and 2 boys, or?
I said first one feels like a boy. I get a very strong male energy.
She's gonna be a grandma. Twice.
Waiting. I'm
Not
excited.
immediately.
You got some time on that one.
Oh yeah. Can you tell me like how?
She's really not. She's really not in a rush, so don't push her.
Yeah, don't worry.
I know she's not. That's why
No,
I'm just
don't push her. She
curious.
really wants to have her life in order before she starts in that direction. So give her a little time.
Yeah, so relax. Take it easy.
Who else has any questions?
I want to get to the birthday girl.
I mean, she's normal today.
Normal birthday
She
girl.
is not in costume because she's in costume every day.
She has decided that she's not going to tell us when is her birthday. It's happening this week, I think. This week or next week. It's like around.
Okay.
So I want to go with her because she has like this whole different energy thing going on with her. So
Okay.
do you have a question for Hallie? Look at her, look at her, look at her. Look at her.
And you're
Don't
looking
look
at
at
him.
him,
What are
I'm
you
talking to
looking
you.
at me for?
What do
He
you think?
asked me what my question was, and I said nothing. Oh, actually, I have one.
There you go.
No, it was just a joke.
That's
because
okay. Is it a joke or a question?
It's a joke of a question.
Okay. All right, what's your I don't know what question? that means,
I
but
just
I know
said
what
that
it
on a scale of 1 to 10, how amazing am I?
She doesn't lack any.
You know what's really funny? That's really a real question, and it's a good question, but it's one that you should be asking yourself, not somebody who's psychic.
I
It has
know.
more to do with your
Well,
self-worth.
I always talk to myself in the mirror, and we both know how
Right,
amazing
and
I
you
am.
have to just keep saying how gorgeous you are and amazing you are, because that becomes you.
Really?
I think I already am.
But then
You
you
think you
have
already
nothing
know?
to worry about.
All right, Bandit, you
let
have a
me
question?
stick in something really quick here, though, for her before you run off, and that is, you use humor a lot to hide sadness. You use it not just because you're funny, which you are naturally funny, but you also use it to hide when you're hurt. And I just want to make a suggestion that when you have something to say, write it down. Don't just make fun of it, so that at least you release it.
Well, the thing that I'm really sad about is the fact that my grandparents died, and it was like they never saw me, and they never saw me like turn my life around.
Talking to your mic.
They never saw me turn my life around. That's what I'm sad about.
But let me share that you can still communicate with them even though they're not here. Even though I'm not a medium, I don't specifically talk to the other side. I know how this works. And one of the simplest things that you can do, you can obviously talk out loud, but even better, sit down and visualize walking down a beautiful path in nature with the intention of going to a bench and meeting your grandparents there. Practice that a little bit, and you will find that they show up to communicate with you.
You can also light a candle.
Yeah, there's a myriad of ways that we can do this, absolutely. But because you are so self-protective, you use humor all the time, and I feel like it's really important that you get in touch with that sadness, not to hold it, but to learn how to circumvent. Okay?
Yeah, I like I am not trying to get rid of it because
Stay on the mic. Stay on the mic.
I try not to get rid of the sadness because I want to familiarize what that sadness is. I can't escape it because if I escape it one day, it's just gonna come crash and burn on me. So.
But the best way for you to be that amazing person that you already are is to have balance in your life. And if you let sadness pull at you, it takes away that balance. It's more about being neutral than it is about being sad. Just give a little thought to that, please.
If you follow her Facebook page, you can see it. You can actually read it. You can actually see it, and I mean,
As far as what the sadness we're talking about?
Oh yeah.
Okay, but
and you can cut it with a knife.
Okay,
the way
but see,
she does it.
It
But
doesn't
she's
need to be
amazing at what
worn
she
as
does.
a badge, is
No,
what I'm saying.
I just like use it right now because that is where my creativity is, and I am using that sadness to explain to this book that I am writing, that I am talking to the rebels who have gone through the same thing that I do. Like they're rebellious, and then people have stopped giving them a chance that to show that how much they've grown. But then then these people in society tell them that you can't do anything. You can't do.
Right.
You're never gonna grow. You're never gonna succeed. You don't have a future. So I'm using this as my energy to put it into the book, so they feel me, that I am real, I am authentic, and I've been through that. And if I changed my life and I turned it around, you can too.
Let me share something real quickly, though. What you do when you constantly emphasize the sadness is you don't help those people get to that place. It's important for them to see that you've moved through it. So think of it this way. If you are yelling at somebody, look here, look here, look here, after a while, they're not quite sure. Are you okay enough to talk to them? If you whisper, if you are able to share it from a different place, and again, from a more neutral place, they can hear you better. I'm not saying you have to pay attention to everything I'm saying. I'm just saying from what I'm feeling here, there is such a depth that it actually pulls at my heart and my solar plexus. There's this a whammy, for a lack of a better way to express it. And if I'm picking this up, it means that when you're communicating, a lot of the people that are seeing what you're sharing are going, oh my God, oh wow, that's but they're not necessarily immediately being inspired to follow your lead. And what I'm saying is you have that power to be that lead.
She does.
If you make your message a little softer, okay? Just give it some thought. You don't have to agree. Just give it some thought.
Food for
That's all.
thought, honey.
No, I mean, she's right, but I'm just like kind of the tough love type of person.
I know, you're kind of
Once
that
you
logical,
hit that next number, though, maybe things change a little bit.
kind of that
The
logical
birthday.
thinking in an illogical world. is what it is.
Okay, now I think
How
the
about
gentleman
Bandit?
had something to
I
say.
didn't have a question about myself, but I do have a question. Since you can read these people, how is going through life? Do you turn it off and turn it on when you're like in a busy crowd? That's something I always wonder about, if you
It's
can.
a great question, and I have to tell you, when I was a kid and I was a teen and even early 20s, I couldn't.
Okay.
And I'd go into a mall or a busy place and I'd have these massive headaches, or I'd stand near somebody and want to cry, or stand near somebody else and get a headache, or my knee would hurt. And I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get out of here. My mom couldn't understand, because she loves to go to the malls and she loves to shop. That's her thing. And I'd say, no, I want to stay home. Please, let me stay home. Over time, I've recognized, and it has to do with creating that balance within the mind. It's almost like there is an invisible switch, and you can lean towards the one side when you need to tap in, or lean it towards the other side when you have to be more linear in thought.
Okay.
But the best place for it is kind of dead center, so that you have an awareness of what's around, but you don't have to react to it until you actually need to.
Yeah, of course, because I would think that could be overwhelming at times as well.
Who else
Having
had
all
anyone-
these,
Yes,
having to
absolutely. Looks like Urkel's
experience
here.
all these energies around you.
T-Man's in the house.
It's doable. It takes some practice, though. And it comes down to, when you're sensing that overload, recognize where are you in the moment. And one of the easiest way is to be really conscious of being present. So that means you're feeling overwhelmed, and you stop and you take a breath and you go, okay, yeah, I feel the breath. Okay, I know the floor is beneath me. The roof is above me. I can breathe. Doing something as simple as that makes you more conscious that
Yes.
you are in control.
Okay, that answers it, yeah.
We've had some other people walk in. Who else has a question? Okay.
So in terms of how far into someone's future you can see, is there like an end date? Like, can you see if someone's like infinity, like their whole timeline, or can you only see up to like maybe the next few, like 20 years of their life, or like?
Really and truly depends on the person. Sometimes I sit with someone and I get a glimpse of what their past life was, which doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, it always startles me. I'm like, oh, well, this is really interesting, but I guess they need to know something. And usually there's something germane to what happened to the past that shows up in the present. Other times I've sat with people and given them a portent of something 25 years in the future, and it really is individualized.
She made me quack like a duck in my past life.
She got some hypnotherapy
Now, you
on
know,
you?
Dr. Maya also does face reading, some of her training. So she can look at people, and based on the shape of your face and your hairline and the situation of your eyes, actually give you information as well.
She worked for the FBI.
I have a question.
I
Can
could,
you
I guess.
sense
I know.
me- Can you sense me having a past life? Because I actually found this picture of somebody who looked just like
Just
me
like
in
you.
1870.
Say that one more time, because there were voices on both sides there for a moment.
Can you sense that I have a past life? Because I actually found this picture of someone from 1870 that looked exactly like me.
You have more than one past life, honey. A lot more than one.
Just because they found a picture, that's a recent picture of your past life.
And Chef is with us also. Welcome back, Chef.
In the back, if you have questions in the back, now it's funny
I
because
said Urkel came in.
Urkel shows up. I was just gonna text him
He's been writing in all day. I'm on my
call
way.
to call in because now this guy is a comedian walking billboard.
Okay.
And I know you gotta have a question for Hallie. So let's get you a mic because I know you got to have a question. This guy is like, he's going to have 200 questions, but let's keep it at one.
You don't have a question?
You don't have a question about yourself?
I actually thought about it the whole
Talking
I
to
actually
the
thought
mic.
about it the whole time up here if I was going to have a question for you.
And what did you
what's
come
really
up with?
interesting? You're really good at picking up on other people. You just know things. For you, it's not a, oh, I sense it, I feel it, I see it. You just know things. Stuff comes to you, and it's really kind of interesting. You will just go with that flow. We call it a gut intuition, if you will, but you're really good with that.
It's funny because the days you come are the days when we have a packed house. We had game day last time you were here. Talon's one of our former interns, and he shows up, right? And he shows up, and oh, that's right, you guys had met. He shows up whenever there's a big party here. I don't even know how you know. Ironically. Chef or Lynn, do you have a question?
Anybody got a question back there?
Lynn does?
I have a question about my mom. She's in a nursing home. She has dementia, and we just got word from the nurses there that she has a shift in her behavior, and I just got her off all her medications, so I just wanted to see what you felt.
You've got two different things going on with her. There's the deterioration of the cognitive as well as something with the heart. I don't remember if she had something going on before, but I get some sort of, I'll call it a flutter. And she's sadly going deeper into that lull that comes. I know there's different stages of things. She's kind of meandering back and forth between that next stage. And I know that you travel a lot to see her and spend time with her. Just keep doing that. Do it a little bit more frequently now if you can, because I feel like the diminishing capacity is going to start affecting how she sees her children.
Okay. And there's a gentleman also that came in who's behind Bandit. Maybe, Hallie, he must know you. He's got a mask on.
I don't know. I'm trying to
Oh,
see
there he is.
behind
He's
the
next to
group.
Lynn. I'm sorry. Do you have a question for Hallie?
Where's your mask?
He had a
Right,
mask.
Put your mask back
Not
on.
yet. Okay.
You got to keep your mask on.
Chef,
Chef,
anything?
do you have a question?
Yes.
Okay.
Where do you see my career, my future is going, like career-wise?
Well, you made a very strong decision to, well, I was trying to see her, but okay. You made a very strong decision to shift things in your career not that long ago, and it was the right move. And if you have a little patience, which is not usually your virtue, but if you have a little patience.
What'd you say? I'm a what?
I said, if you have a little patience, which is not normally your virtue, meaning you're usually very impatient, you want to get there, you want to make it done, you want to like, come on, hurry up already. Should have been yesterday. But if you have a little bit of patience, you're going to find out that this move that you made worked out perfectly, and you're going to be very happy. But you have to have the patience. It's not the time frame that you're looking at. It's a little bit longer.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Dan, you a question? I was going to say, there's no way you have a question.
No, he would, but he would never do it on the
Not
air.
in public.
No. Not a public type of guy.
You have a lot of questions. Chanel, you do?
Yeah, wait, sorry to go back to the past life thing, but that was interesting because not everyone has a past life. It's only like certain.
Everybody has a
Everyone
past
has a
life.
past life?
The thing is, how many past lives?
Oh, okay.
It's in this day and age, we don't. I think Maya would probably agree. We don't get brand new souls.
Yeah.
It's a learning experience.
It's all about learning, and it's really funny because depending on your religious background or your cultural background, we have different ways of looking at things. Does past life really exist or not? Near-death experiences, is it real or is it some sort of chemical change within the brain that takes place? When you see something in the periphery, does it mean because it's there or you have something in your eye? I mean, we have a lot of different ways of explaining things away.
What about deja vu?
But
I was just going to
About
say
what?
that. What about deja vu?
Deja vu has more to do with interdimensional space than it does with an experience that you previously had. Think of it this way: if all time, and time is man-made, if all time exists on a line, but it's either higher or lower on the line, everything is happening at the same time, but your perception of it varies depending on where you're sitting on that line. That has more to do with interdimensional space than it does with previous lifetimes.
I thought that when you do like have a deja vu, it's like, for example, this one, I tell you that I've already experienced this before because when I went out, I died. So I just went back to my last checkpoint. So I should continue my life.
Just don't die right now.
She's got a lot going on, Elaine.
It gets messy.
All right, let's go to commercial break. When we come back, I want to hear about this facial reading that Dr. Maya does.
FBI stuff.
It sounds really fascinating.
FBI.
All right, we're going to be right back.
Let's all welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet TV radio production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make all your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes or live radio streaming as well as tape productions for social media platforms and television. AMP2 TV can handle all of your television needs, including closed caption for a perfect on-air telecast. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages or visit one of their many studios to get your creative juices flowing. Come and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies, including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's A-M-E, the number 2.tv, or call them at 866-224-5422. Feel free to call for a quote or just a consult of how to put your business on a social media platform or radio platform, or just doing a show that is covered by all platforms. Call 866-224-5422 and make an appointment. That's 866-224-5422. What is Debersize? With over 25 years of personal training experience and workout techniques, Deb Varsalone invites you to Debersize. Debersize comes to you from the privacy of your own home or group training facility. Debersize can meet your individual fitness needs, offering one-on-one, non-impact resistance training, post-surgical strengthening, to higher-level boot camp and weight training. Debersize will meet your personal fitness goals at any age. Contact Deb at 561-307-9283. Schedule an initial consultation and get ready for a stronger, healthier you. 561-307-9283.
Do you want to enhance your love life with flowers? Rejuvenate love, life, health with flowers from Blossom Moments? Weekly deliveries to your home, your business, hospital, or even senior centers. Give us a call at 561-951-6343. Blossom Moments could also coordinate your wedding or event. Contact Blossom Moments at bmgevents.net. For all of your floral event needs, large or small, call Blossom Moments. 561-951-6343. And we look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you for watching the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Dawn and Freddy S at the cafe, give them a call at 888-565-1470 toll-free. Come on in for a cup of coffee or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. Don't forget, sharing is caring, and to like this video. Let's reopen the cafe doors now. Back to Dawn and Freddy S.
And we're back.
And we're back at the Brooklyn Cafe. Boo!
That was a real...
On a Halloween Wednesday.
That was a real strange
A
break.
wonderful Halloween Wednesday. We've got Hallie Elise with us. We've got a full set. We've got Little Red Riding Hood.
I've been doing this
and
8 years. I ain't never seen anything like
you
that.
gave away those gifts?
How many fingers work up behind my back? 10. I always got 10.
You never know what you're going to say. Only
And then
you
there
would
was
think
eight,
that.
and then there was 8 twice.
And I'm the analytical thinker.
And your answer was you always have 10? Seriously?
Listen,
Who would
guys,
think
if
that?
you would have looked at her face, you would have known exactly how many fingers she had. That's the FBI.
Okay, but before we go on, can we actually officially hand
Yes,
out our gifts?
absolutely.
Can we show Mr. Urkel, who won the big gift with all sorts
See, man, look at that.
You know,
Did I
Urkel,
do
not,
that?
Brooklyn Cafe coffee. a
Brooklyn
bottle of
Cafe
wine
coffee,
from
some
me.
wine.
There's a health session
Health
with Laura Carter.
sessions. Wow. A whole big
And
basket. You gotta
you
get
know,
on my
I'm going to
palate.
tell you something. He shouldn't even
Chocolates,
qualify.
and chocolates,
Because every
and
time he
also-
comes, he wins something.
But there is also that wonderful session with Laura as far as for health. And then, of course, you got to go to the burger place. So you've got a gift certificate for that. So you made out pretty good. Now we have a second basket here. So our next winner, if you
Let's
want to
get
step
somebody
up,
grab
please.
that for her.
Who's the second winner?
Who was the next one? I think it was Lynn.
Was it Lynn?
Lynn,
All right,
yes.
come on up,
Okay,
Lynn.
so this is
We're going to give
from
this to Lynn.
Molly, and
That's
this
from-
is from Boca Zen. And as I shared earlier,
Grab that.
she just started doing these wonderful
Watch your-
Boca
watch your head.
Zen. Watch your head,
spiritual
Maverick.
gift baskets.
All
And
right.
she's not even officially
That is
launched
perfect
yet.
for Lynn.
But her contact information is on there.
Look at that, T-Man.
We handed out other gift certificates
Yes.
and coffee. So
Yes.
I think we're covered, right?
Yes.
But
And-
I'm fascinated by
and now
what
we wanna
Dr.
know about
Maya
Maya.
does. I know we
Yes.
only have about 12 minutes left. Well, tell me about this facial reading that you do.
So now I can see you better. So.
Uh-oh.
Let's get the baskets
Let's put the
away
baskets
before.
back here.
Well,
Now you're in trouble.
to just finish to establish kind of a credibility to.
Hey, Doc, tell
I'm
me what you
actually
see.
doctor. I'm a doctor of Oriental medicine, functional medicine. I have a clinic. I do practice alternative medicine and encompass all the nutrition, emotional components, physical components, and a lot of biochemical testing in my diagnostics. So I'm very good in advanced diagnostics. And people who come to me and they don't know exactly what's going on with them. They've been misdiagnosed, undiagnosed, self-diagnosed. They have an opportunity to actually understand what's going on with them. And face reading can be a separate thing that I do, but I also include it in my diagnostics. At some point in my education, my career, I visited China and I did study in a monastery. And face reading, not necessarily, I didn't learn it in a monastery, but face reading is one of the very, very ancient Taoist practices. And it's not necessarily about health, but it's about life path, personal characteristics, about character development. And we take into account all aspects of your face.
So tell Dawn about her face.
Oh, I wasn't a question. I was meant in general.
Yes. No. Let's talk about Dawn's
Let's
face.
know about Dawn's face. Other
Talk
than
to
it
us
being
about her
beautiful,
face. What do you
does
see?
it say?
Sure.
What's it say?
What I can see is that you're a trailblazer, you're a shrewd. You want to appear to be pleasant, so you are making everything about that to be pleasant. You are very practical, and you are not afraid to be a pioneer. You have optimistic view to the world. You are also stubborn, and
Oh, she got one right.
and I would make a suggestion that you have this ability to be, it's kind of like a bark and bite ability. So you have a lot of bark, but not so much bite. So you don't follow a lot on what you really need to do. So you say it, but you don't follow for whatever reason. And you also can live away from your family, original family. So you didn't have a lot of emotional problem to be away from them. You're very detail oriented, but you can hurt somebody with your words. So you have to be careful about that, and you know about that. So you learn that. And also on the public, you want to appear to be more optimistic and pleasant than in your personal life, where you can be very introspective and go a little bit into more, your sorrow.
It's true. When you're out in public, you're
Hey,
out
Doc,
in public.
you see that, Doc? You know that bark and bite? It's a lot of bite, Doc. A lot of bite.
Only you get the bite.
So usually I do a long report, like 3-page report
can
on
see
the
that.
financial relationship, intuitive abilities. It was very quick and very
You
short.
would be fantastic when you're negotiating a deal.
I teach people how to do that because people who want that, they come to me to for me to read the photograph. I need a clear photograph of either potential business partner or a person they want to hire for the managing position or a decision making position or in a relationship. It can be a husband or, believe it or not, a future mother-in-law. You know?
That must really be a challenge.
And you've got no bark. You just bite.
I don't bite nobody.
Oh, yes, you do.
Me?
No,
yes,
you don't. Neither, or
No.
you actually don't. You
really-
don't do that.
I don't care.
That's the bite.
No, it's not the.
Seriously.
It's funny. Sometimes
it's called
people.
apathetic.
I don't know what that means, but okay, applesauce. But sometimes people turn their own spin, and you just watch. So all you gotta do is you gotta watch. You gotta watch people, and they spin themselves into the ground. And I'm looking, and I say, "You wanna get out of there?"
Well, that's what you do. You're very visual.
That's my business. And do you know that I was never
Watch me
like
spin
that?
this.
I was never like that until my son taught me this business.
Really?
See what he did?
I was never like
Spun it
that.
around.
But I couldn't sit behind a desk. I couldn't work for anybody, and never worked for anybody in my life. Never. Can't do it.
Keep spinning.
Hey, Freddy.
It is also on your face.
Oh, Lane's on the board? How'd you get on the board?
She's just wandering around the room.
No, I was just saying that Freddy's the kind of guy is like to see is to believe. Like he's gonna be a believer once he sees it or he touches it.
Who,
Freddie?
me?
Yes.
Freddie
Nah.
believes before he sees.
Nah, that's not true. I believe in a lot of people, which has hurt me in the past, but that's okay. We keep going.
But it's true. My public persona is always much more optimistic when I go home.
She put
I
you out,
overthink
baby.
the
She
world.
put you
Yes,
out on the
exactly.
street.
I can overthink the world.
That's the ending that we're going to talk about later.
Are we?
I want to share something real quick, and because I went ahead and took a look at the face and gave you an overview on that, what people don't realize is everything about you says something, and depending on how you tap into your intuition, you can tell what's going on with the person. So for instance, the shape of your fingernails means something. The lines in your hand mean something.
Your toes.
The bumps on your head mean something.
Oh, actually,
the
I can-
shapes of your feet. I mean, right?
Yeah, and I can say something really, really cool
Graphology.
because the pattern of your wrinkles can also tell a story of your
True.
life. Very specific things, actually. And when you overcome certain emotional obstacle that is going on in your life, this wrinkle disappears.
We need to talk
So
about
we
this.
can actually get rid of our wrinkles by resolving whatever emotional situation it is, and it's possible to find emotion behind the specific certain wrinkles. And when you find, like I do that, so when
She
we
loves that.
find
As
that
we can tell.
You must
emotion,
be like the best person on a date. I mean, can you imagine dating a
you
woman
know,
like
I
this
never
for the
shared
first
that
time?
with my.
I mean,
she doesn't tell that to her boyfriend.
but can you imagine becoming her boyfriend when it's like, you're gonna what? You're gonna read me and everything? Wrinkles?
She
What?
doesn't tell him that.
I'm paying the tab and running out the back room.
I think it's
Now he
very
knows.
useful, you know.
Well, I bet it is for you. Not too much for the guy, I can tell you that.
Oh, I see that line. I know what that means.
That wrinkle line.
No,
That
but
was some
really,
crazy
you don't have to do plastic surgeries or injections because if you do that and you look great, still this emotion is in your eyes. It's still affecting
Still part
you,
of
you
you.
know. But
Absolutely.
when you know what's behind this wrinkle and this emotion that's set already as a pattern, like you experience it all the time. And if you get, and a wrinkle is like an indicator of that. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's indicating that something is going on that you need to resolve. So when you figure it out and you resolve that, this wrinkle just leaves.
But women
It
hate
doesn't
wrinkles
matter.
and men don't care.
Some
You know
men,
that?
not all men.
You know, that's not true.
Some men are
Men do.
Some men
metrosexual
care?
and they go, I don't like that I'm getting older. I'm going to do a nip
And sometimes
tuck."
I tell men, like I see the wrinkles, and I say,
She
"Is that
sees the
something
wrinkles.
that's going on in your life?" And he would say, "Yeah, it is. Like, how do you know?" And like, this is how. And let's figure out. Do you want to find out what it is and get rid of that? And usually people say, "Absolutely, yes."
Really?
Yes.
And you can actually get rid of a wrinkle.
Wow.
Yes. I have a wrinkle that comes
And
and
you don't
goes.
even have to use an iron.
You have a wrinkle that comes and goes.
You're such a funny
My
lady.
wrinkles come and go too.
Why wrinkles?
They come and go too. We just haven't figured out how to get rid of that stress
That's
and all
funny.
that emotional side of it. Hallie, where
Hilarious,
can
hilarious.
people find you?
They can find me pretty much everywhere if you type in my name, Hallie Elise, but I do have an office here in Boca. I am on WNN Monday nights at 7 p.m., at least for the moment, till we figure out where
we're
we're
going.
moving. The website is the same as my name, HallieElise.com. And I'm on Instagram, Facebook, what other social media?
Are you doing your
Twitter,
next class
LinkedIn.
thingamajig?
December.
December?
December, we're doing a psychic gallery, which is a lot of fun. The information for it is on the website, but it's December 5th, which is the first Wednesday of the month. It'll be at 7:30 p.m.
And don't be late because you don't get in.
You don't
That's
get in.
true.
And Dr.
Not
Maya,
1 minute.
where can we find Dr. Maya
doors.
before we run out of time?
Well, my clinic is Dr. Maya Clinic in the same location
suite.
as Hallie's, and it's at drmayaclinic.com or also drmaya.org, which is entry to all other things that I do, which is teaching online and giving sessions online and Skype sessions.
You have a regular functional medicine clinic.
Yes,
So
it is
people,
a regular
if you really
functional
don't feel
medicine
well, more than
clinic.
facial reading and all of the things we did.
No, it's a real diagnostic, real functional medicine. It's testing on for hormones, neurotransmitters,
go see
nutrition, and all of this stuff. We
Now
get
I'm a little
down to the
scared.
root of the problem.
I need to go see her, but now I'm a
And
little
create
scared.
all natural solutions. No medication. It's all natural, and it's possible to get better naturally completely.
Jordan has a long list.
I got a long
All right, you wanna
list.
say
Have a
goodbye,
great
Lucy?
day, everyone. Thank you all for joining us.
Thank
Happy
you.
Halloween. Please be safe. There's children out there trick-or-treating today, and we will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, and be kind to each other. God bless you.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
The Heart of Delray Gallery, located in the Delray Art Complex, is one of South Florida's top venues for art, culture, music, and private events. The Heart of Delray Gallery is a cutting-edge, 11,000 square foot art exhibition showcasing local artists and artisans with the highest quality of talent and vision, highlighting South Florida's creative arts. Visit us at the Heart of Delray Gallery, 1440 North Federal Highway in Delray Beach. Come, take a tour, book your next private event or fundraiser, or join us for Art Walk the first Friday of every month from 6 to 11 p.m. For more information, give us a call at 561-278-0074.
Health and Vitamin Concepts can help balance you through an innovative, non-invasive biomeridian assessment that measures the energetic properties of your body and naturally corrects the imbalances. Offering a complete thyroid, hormone, and nutritional profile, Health and Vitamin Concepts identifies the specific vitamins and herbs in the exact amount your body needs. Call for more information, 561-392-8448, or visit online at healthandvitaminconcepts.com. If you're ready to have more energy, better health, and a greater sense of well-being, make an appointment today at Health and Vitamin Concepts in Boca Raton at 7152 Barracasa Way. Call 561-392-8448. That's 561-392-8448.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddy S. will bring you more goodwill next time. You can follow the cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.
1470 AM and 95.3 FM, the Health and Wealth Radio Network. Get it straight from the